welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello! Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turned off the microphone, and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on, I get ah. Seriously, ready?
Hello! That was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it!
Alright, this is the one. Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
So, yeah, do it like, hey! Alright, you ready from hey?
Hey!
Now.
Hello! Hey!
Knockem Dead Comedy Show.
So share toast with your closest mates.
It's your birthday today.
Andrew!
It's your birthday today.
Andrew! Grab your goodie bags.
Happy birthday, Andrew Fremder. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Please share the link to the show. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. We got a lot going on here today. In honor
We do.
of Fremder's birthday.
I'm all pumped up.
Are you? How pumped
Not
up are
really.
you? No, me neither. I don't even know if he's watching yet. I haven't seen him, but whoa. To honor Andrew Fremder's birthday, Andrew Fremder, the good morning, John. He says good morning. Andrew
Morning.
Fremder is the only person watching this show who started watching this show from the beginning when it first started back in 2018.
Wow.
Yep. So in honor
Does
of
he
Andrew,
get, do you get a medal or anything?
no, he can get a copy of the book Ink Blots. In honor of Fremder's birthday, we have decided to tell some bad jokes, starting with Mike.
Oh, I go first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you know you have to be a marathon runner to be able to perform CPR on a giraffe?
I did not know that.
Well, think about it.
Okay.
Their neck is what, about 10, 15 feet long?
Yeah.
Imagine doing CPR on a giraffe. You got to blow into the mouth, and then you got to run all the way to the torso and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you're not in decent shape, someone's going to have to do CPR on you. You get it?
Yeah. Well, it is honor of Fremder. Finally, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a good one for Fremder.
Finally, I'm in the intro. It only took 7 years, says Fremder. Yeah, happy birthday, pal.
But
We're
he would like this one.
Okay.
Oh, last night, I had to sell my vacuum.
Sell your vacuum.
I had to sell my vacuum.
Why?
It was collecting dust.
What does a baby computer call its father?
Oh, data.
Yeah. This
That's
is all
awful.
in honor of Andrew
I
Fremder
love you, Tony,
celebrating.
very much, like my brother, but
That's
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Terrible. Andrew, how old are you? Are you 50? Are you over 50? Yeah, how old are you today, pal?
I say he's 48.
To be nice, I will say he looks late 40s, but
Yeah.
for some reason I'm thinking he's over 50. What did the custodian say when he jumped out of the closet?
Where's my broom?
Supplies.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
How does a penguin build its house?
With ice cubes.
He glues it together. Which knight invented King Arthur's Round Table? Which knight invented King Arthur's Round Table?
Tuesday. You said which night? You didn't specify
K.
night. With a K.
Which knight invented King Arthur's Round Table?
Night shift?
Circumference. Why am I laughing?
I don't know. So it was night circumference. Right?
Yeah.
Night circumference.
But they don't go up to them and say night circumference. They go circumference. Sir Kaplan.
Oh, that's a rough one, Tony.
What do sprinters eat before a race?
Spaghetti.
Nothing. They're fast. Or fasting, or they're fast. They fast. What do you call a fly without wings?
Dead.
A walk.
I'm so old.
How old are you?
Oh. When I went to Mexico, I got the walks.
That's
I'm so old. I was walking by a cemetery. 2 guys ran after me with shovels.
That's a Rodney joke. It's got to be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're both in deep trouble.
Are we?
Fremder's only 44.
Oh God. Oh yeah, he's 67. He's 40, 50. He's only 44. Andrew, my dear friend, maybe you could update your Facebook photo.
He says he loves the circumference. He says, today an idiot was born. Carol Miner saying, happy birthday, Fremder.
Carol Miner.
When it's my birthday, Carol, I only want hugs and kisses from you. What happens when you witness a shipwreck? What happens when you witness a shipwreck?
Well, hopefully you dive in to help people.
Well, you let it sink in.
You know, that's not bad. You know how I don't laugh at real funny jokes?
Oh, I know.
But that's actually pretty funny.
That is good. This one actually is very clever. What does a clock do when it's hungry?
Oh, it eats time.
It goes back 4 seconds.
Ah, I see what you did there.
That one's very clever. I like
very
that one.
clever.
What did the pirate say on its 80th What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday?
Arg.
Very close, actually. I'm matey.
Matey. I guess pretty good.
Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
Oh, he's always stoned.
Faux drizzle?
Faux drizzle my schnizzle?
This is an old joke. What do you call a pony with a sore throat?
A mare?
A little horse. What do you call a fish with no eye?
Oh,
this one I think you may have actually used. I'm not sure. I want a job cleaning mirrors. It's something I can really see myself doing.
yes.
I thought you did. Okay.
Yeah, I like that joke.
How do you make a tissue dance?
Oh, you're blowing it.
Well, you put a little boogie in it.
Oh, you
What do you do when you see a spaceman?
Excuse me?
What do you do when you see a spaceman?
You hit the space bar?
Parking it, man. Space, man. Parking it, man.
Oh, what's an astronaut's favorite part of the keyboard in a computer?
The space bar. You just ruined your own joke.
I did? What did I say?
Because a minute ago you said space bar.
Yeah, well, it reminded me. I should have waited.
You should have.
I should have waited. Man, if I had a trio, I could just make it, I tell you.
Well, did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut?
I did not.
Poor guy really needed some space. Why do birds fly south for the winter?
Oh, because it's fucking freezing up here.
Because it's too far to walk. What was the mummy's favorite type of music?
Gauze.
Who let you in the comedy club?
I don't know.
Favorite type of music for a mummy is rap.
Oh God!
Did you know I'm only familiar with 25 letters of the alphabet?
I don't know why.
Exactly. Now this one is my favorite of this list. This is the last one, and then we're moving on from Frender's birthday. How do you think the unthinkable?
How do you think the unthinkable?
How do you think the unthinkable?
You don't.
With an iceberg.
Oh, with an iceberg.
Get it?
Yeah.
How do you think the unthinkable? With an iceberg. You don't get it.
I get it. It's actually a segue to a joke I have. I want to get this proper. I want to do this properly.
Okay.
Mike Tyson met a woman named Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah had the flu.
Okay.
So he comes to her house with a box and said, Here you go, Theraflu. You get it?
No.
He says Sarah because he can't enunciate his S's.
Right. No,
So-
I got that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think what Theraflu was supposed to be.
Theraflu. She got the Theraflu.
She got the
Theraflu. Sarah flu.
So he would say, "Here you go, Theraflu."
Yeah, he gave her.
You messed that joke up.
Yeah, I think I did.
Happy birthday, Andrew Fremder. On year 44.
44.
What are you guys doing? I hope you're celebrating nicely, and I hope you and your wife are definitely celebrating later, if you know what I mean. However, and I've talked about it. I might have been with you on this show some years back when Sally and I were still together, and Sally was dog sitting for Fremder. Fremder has 2 dogs. One of them.
What kind of dogs?
I don't know.
Small?
One, yeah, very. Both of them are small and white. One looks like a Maltese. The other one just looks like a little puffy cloud. It's like a poodle or something. But that thing, the poodle, latched onto Sally and hated anybody being around him and Sally. Him or her. I don't even remember if it was a boy. I think it was a boy. But yeah, I mean, he would sleep next to Sally, like constantly around Sally, and hated anybody being around her. So, when me and Sally were doing the loving, this thing would actually get in between us, and he would sit there and look up. He would just look at me. And it would ruin everything. I'd have to get off.
Did you ever think he was judging you? Because I'm such a bad lover, I caught a peeping Tom booing me.
See, this is why we need to move on from this birthday. I can't do this all morning.
That's a funny joke. Come on.
No, that is good. Fremder loved the circumference. Hello, Ann. Ann, I hope the doctor's appointment went well yesterday.
Oh.
Circumference is how I measure my dick, says Fremder. My wife and I figured out how to save money on vacation. She goes and I stay home. Ann is saying happy birthday. My Mexican friend just got out of the hospital. His name is Manuel. Ugh, there it is.
There it is.
That's why we told bad jokes today on Fremder's birthday. The other day, I locked my coat hanger in the car. Good thing I had my keys.
What? Can you explain that to me like I'm 5?
Well, because usually when you lock your keys in your car, you use a clothes hanger.
Coat hanger. Yeah. Is that a Fremder joke?
Yeah, that's Fremder. I actually might steal that. I might throw that
not
in a
bad.
murder mystery. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Rusciello is not enjoying the bad jokes.
He's not. He doesn't like the bad jokes. No.
He's asking us to stop. Just calm down. John, we go all out for you every day like it's your birthday. All right? So you just calm down and let Fremder enjoy his day with bad jokes. Son of a bitch bastard. My Mexican friend can never find where he parks. His name is Carlos. Yeah, see, Carol's laughing, so that's all that counts there, John. Wow, I thought I was the worst joke teller, says Fremder. My dogs were like, what? My dogs are like, oh, so that's how they fuck. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this thing, this thing was totally in the way. I couldn't wait for Fremder to get back from that trip. Get those damn dogs out of the house. Damn it.
What kind of fruit is the least likely to have a Vegas wedding?
The least likely to have a Vegas wedding. What kind of fruit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's a famous knock-knock joke, the punchline. Cantaloupe.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right, so happy birthday. What are you doing to celebrate? Are you going out to dinner?
Wait, I have one more joke.
All right, you can tell jokes all day.
So an elk walks into a bar.
Yes.
The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we do not sell elk here." So the elk says, "Well, I'm happy about that. I just wanted a beer." No good, huh?
No, we were doing so well.
I have a good one, but it's a little lengthy.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How about a blonde joke?
Nice.
This Wall Street CEO,
Yeah.
a woman, right?
Okay.
Long, hard day on Wall Street. She's sitting at a local bar in Lower Manhattan, and she's having a few cocktails and having a meal.
Yeah.
When a blonde woman sits next to her.
All right, so it's two blonde women.
No, the CEO is not a blonde
Oh,
woman.
I'm sorry.
The woman that sits next to her, she happens to be blonde.
Okay.
So they're eating. They start chatting it up. The CEO was eating a meal, having a few cocktails when the 11 o'clock news comes on.
Okay.
Are you following?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So now there's this story on the 11 o'clock news about this man who's going to jump off a bridge.
Okay.
So the CEO lady says, I'll bet you $50 that he's going to jump. So the blonde lady ponders and she goes, you know what? I'll take that bet. So they both put the $50 on the bar, and lo and behold, he jumps. The blonde woman says, well, I guess I was wrong. You know, here, take the money. And the CEO says, I really can't take your money, with a giggle. I saw this on the 5 o'clock news. It's a repeat. I knew he was going to jump. So the blonde woman says, well, I watched the 5 o'clock news too, but I didn't think he would do it again.
Why did Mozart hate chickens?
Because he was deaf.
Because when he asked them who their favorite composer is, they said Bach, Bach, Bach.
Oh, I see.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna play a video. If I can find it.
You know, I told my
there it
ex-wife that she was a really bad lover. You know what she did?
She threw your ass out.
Oh, she went out and got a second opinion.
A doctor's appointment was good, says Ann. Good. Happy to
Good.
hear.
Happy to hear.
Apparently now my dogs hate peanut butter. What did you do?
Oh God, we're gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Of course.
Of course.
Who cleans up seeing iDog shit? Just a random thought. Okay. But an alligator walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink." What? Says, "Hey, we have a drink, and after you," the alligator replies, "You have a drink named Mike." Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, got it.
The alligator walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." The alligator says, "Oh, you have a drink named Mike?" I hate when people talk about Mozart like I know everything he's painted. The other day I met a guy and said, "Hey, you're blind." He said, "Tell me something I don't know." I replied, "There's a tree over there."
Are you done? Because I have a good one.
All right.
It's not as lengthy as the blonde one, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
And I may have told you this before. An 800-pound gorilla walks into a bar.
Okay.
Sits down, orders a beer. Now everyone is terrified. So the bartender says, "Oh my God, what the hell am I going to do here?" So he gingerly hands him a beer, and this goes on for a while. He orders another beer, another beer, another beer. So the bartender finally says, he gets up the courage, and he approaches the gorilla and says, "You know, I have a confession. You are the first gorilla that we've ever served. That we've never had a gorilla in here before." So the gorilla says, "Well, I'm not fucking surprised at $10 a beer."
See what we do for you, from there. See what we do for
See
you.
what we do.
Happy birthday, pal. What is? All right, wait a minute. From this, it's a Mexican joke. So let me see it. Let me make sure I can read this first.
You don't speak Mexican?
I'm not. I don't even get that one from there, so I'm not even sure how to read that properly.
So he tells jokes in foreign languages now?
Yes. Carol says the one that made me giggle out loud, the bok, bok, bok. Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
Yeah,
Carol.
it is.
So, yeah, again, happy birthday, and I'm sure we'll tell some more bad jokes as the day goes on here. But I'm going to show a little video. If anybody watched yesterday's Sports Bash with Peter Schwartz, I was hit with a little surprise, actually. I've mentioned on here a few times back in the 90s, there was a motherfucker. You know what? All right. Let me take that call first, and then I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I got a few things I need to discuss here.
Yeah, let's go. Wow.
Yeah. All right, hang on. Let's take John's call. Good morning, sir.
A guy walks into a bar, and he talks very, very funny. He walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "May I have a scotch and soda, please? How much is a scotch and soda?" And the bartender says, $10. The bartender has a hunch in his back. He says, "It's $10." He says, how much is a Ryan ginger?" Bartender says, $10. He goes, how much is a beer?" He says, $5. He says, "Oh, okay, give me a beer." So he's drinking a beer, and he says to the bartender, he goes, "Listen, I want to thank you that you didn't mention that I talk funny." And the bartender says, "Well, I want to thank you that you didn't say anything about my hunch." And the guy says, "Is that a hunch?" He says, "Everything's so high in here, I thought it was your ass."
My goodness.
Now you tell me that joke is not as bad as all the jokes that you've said in the last 15 minutes of the show.
Oh, it's definitely as bad.
It's
without a doubt, it's as bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's my point.
But
And by the way,
chuckled.
you thought Carol Miner was sarcastic when she says "what a morning." She's like, "What a morning!" Like, all right, enough of the bad jokes. Like I said.
Yeah, I think I got that, but I think she was enjoying it, which is why she
Yes.
said that. And then she said she liked my bok bok joke.
Well, that was listen, 1 out of 45 that you said. I mean, why not? You know, you got to get 1 out of 45.
Hey, if you want, and I got more.
Oh, I got plenty more.
Please, let's talk about something. Let's talk about something that makes sense. You know, like why is Kaplan wearing a sweatshirt and when it's 60 degrees out?
No, it's not. It's 53 degrees out this morning.
Yeah, he's,
oh, really?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Yeah,
chilly.
it's mid-50s. Yeah, I think the high
It's
today is
chilly.
only 57 or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so it's there's a
well,
little bit.
you should come down to sunny Florida or sunny California. Ed and I have beautiful weather. All right, it's going to be 100 degrees here today. All right, well,
really?
it's not going to be 100. The heat index is going to be 100. It's going to be 93 today.
Oh,
And I'm sure Ann has beautiful weather, and Carol has beautiful weather in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all you guys who want to stay in New York, and just suffer through the inclement weather.
Well, all right, hang on a second. Hang on.
Yeah.
Nobody was complaining.
We weren't
He was the one
complaining.
who asked what the sweatshirt was all
Yeah.
about, so you answered the question. Nobody was complaining about the weather here.
Well, listen, I'm not saying you're complaining, but obviously when you're wearing sweatshirts, when it's May and June, that's kind of that's kind of depressing.
Well, let me correct you again.
It is kind of
You said sweatshirts, plural. I don't see another sweatshirt here. Do you see a sweatshirt on the coat hanger over there?
No.
That's
I
right.
don't.
I walked
I
in
can't-
just the way I am.
Well, that's because that's what you do all winter, because you're a hot-blooded, sexy beast.
About time you admitted that.
Yeah, okay. And then you woke up. So what's happening there, gentlemen?
We're celebrating Andrew Fremder's birthday.
Well, that's wonderful, Andrew Fender. Happy birthday, Andrew. I'm one of your biggest fans. I don't make fun of you like the certain people that are on the podcast. I think all your jokes are very, very entertaining.
Oh, wow. So he even kisses up to the guys,
wow.
too. Yeah, he's a player. I mean, he says a hit is a hit, so I guess.
It's
A hit's a hit. Let me tell you, when you're my age, boys, a hit's a hit. I said that to Kaplan since the day I met him.
What's big and gray and doesn't matter?
The Knockem Dead Comedy Show?
Well, that too. And irrelevant. Irrelevant.
That's pretty
irrelevant.
Good. I like
That's
it.
Awful. Awful. All right. So so that's that.
All right. I just want to bid you a fondue.
A
all right?
fondue.
Yes, it's every show is entertaining. Unfortunately, Wednesdays it needs to be stepped up one or two notches, but that's fine. We'll suffer through it.
You'll goodbye. Speaking of cold,
yeah,
my ex-wife's side of the waterbed was frozen. I ever tell you I bought a waterbed? There was 2 Cuban guys looking for Florida. You ever hear that joke? I bought a waterbed, and there was 2 Cuban guys swimming in it looking for Florida.
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
Florida.
No, I'm gonna do a little complaining here.
You are? Uh-oh.
I've had several show hosts in this room complain that they fucking know I'm in the middle of a show. Like they'll say it during a break or before and after the show. It's happened many times, many hosts. Oh, I can't believe so and so, or if we're taking a quick break, showing a video or something. Why are they texting me in the middle? They know I'm in the middle of the show. They're watching. One of the biggest offenders is Mark Hirschman. Hershey and the Keegs on every Tuesday. They were not on last night, but Hershey often will. It's after the show because they really take a break during their hour. But after the show, I'm like, why? He or she knows I'm doing my show here. What the fuck? I can't tell you how many times Hershey texts me during the show.
Seriously?
Yes. And I just let it go, and I continue on with the show. Not a big deal. I don't even read it because I'm like, it's nothing.
So you wait to engage in it after the program.
After I'm done.
Right.
And I don't really care that much. Sometimes, I see he's asking me a question, and I want to say, hey, don't you know I'm doing a show here?
Right.
But this morning, I don't know what, I haven't even read it. It's a group chat with me and Mike Keegan and Don Sill. So, I don't know, he's asking about something, but because Don and I have not answered him, he's right. Tony and Don, like he actually wrote, Tony and Don with a question mark.
Oh.
Don is gone. He left this morning for North Carolina. His kid, he's got, I think, like half of his 19 kids live down there.
Right.
He has grandkids down there. But, he writes Tony and Don. I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm in the middle of my freaking show. So I wrote. That's what I wrote. So Tony would answer, but he's in the middle of a show. Shut the fuck up. Fucking pain in my balls. And once I said that, I'm sure Hershey is watching. So, because he does, I'll give him credit there. He does watch the show regularly.
Right.
So I'll give him credit for that. But, so if you're watching, Mark, shut the fuck up. I'll text you after the show.
Can I tell you about my turkey? Can I tell you my turkey story?
He just wrote, why does everyone hate me?
What?
It's not all about you. See, now he's playing the victim. I'm going to smack him in the face. Well, I'm sorry, what happened?
No, that's okay.
Why does what?
May I share with you my turkey story?
All right.
So I live in a condominium complex, so with 1,000 acres of woods right near my condo. So there's always wildlife, deer, gophers, rabbits, turkey. So this turkey, the past couple days, has been showing up on my doorstep.
Okay.
Huge.
Wow.
Right? So he was on my patio, and Jennifer...
Sorry, go ahead. So
Jennifer was with me, so I'm like, check this out, this, that, and the other. And I'm trying to get a picture of him.
Oh, this is a real story?
Yeah, this is a real story.
I thought you were telling us another bad joke.
I never tell a bad joke. So anyway, so this turkey, so we start clapping. Get out of here. This turkey was huge. So he jumps on the fence because I have a fenced-in patio.
Okay.
Right? And he's squawking or do whatever turkey sounds make.
Gobble, gobble.
Whatever. It doesn't sound like gobble, gobble. He proceeds to take a gigantic shit. Because we're getting close. I'm going like this. Move on, move on, move on. And he kind of gestures. And he went like right on my flower table. And then he just jumped off and he scampered away.
That is fantastic.
He was like, fuck you. You want me to leave? I'm leaving this for you.
That is hysterical.
Oh, my. It was hysterical.
When I was around 10 years old, there was this kid that lived down my block, Brian something. I can't remember his name.
I'm not being rude. I'm looking
No,
for
I hear you.
pick a shore.
And he was a little younger than me.
Brian?
And his name was Brian. Yeah, I don't remember his last name. And me and John Donovan, who was one of my childhood friends, we were picking on this kid, Brian. We were joking around, but we didn't realize until after we had finished picking on him that he was taking us seriously and he was upset with us. So and the reason we found out was because he visibly got upset and he ran off and ran home.
Oh.
So so if I lived on one end of the street, he lived like on the other end. So I guess we upset him. And we were like, both of us were like, we're only joking. We didn't realize he took us seriously. But I mean, the pricks that we didn't try to chase him down and apologize or anything. He just went home. We just went about our day. So we're sitting in front of my house, and it was probably a good hour later. We're sitting there, and I remember the garage door was closed. We're leaning against the garage door. We're sitting on the ground, just leaning against the garage door.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Brian appears at the end of the driveway. He goes, oh, yeah? Take this. Boom. And he throws something on the driveway, and he runs back home. So we just look at each other. What the hell was that? So we get up. We walk down to the end of the driveway. It was a pile of shit. He actually had the pile of shit.
Not in a bag?
No.
With his bare hand?
We laughed. I mean, we were crying. We were on the ground. Like, we couldn't even stand. We were laughing
I would have
so
lost
hard.
body functions.
We couldn't stop laughing. We had absolutely no idea what he threw. He just, take this. And he runs off. So we're like, what the hell was that? And then we get up, we walk up, and there it is. Just a
human or dog?
If I remember right, it was dog. I mean, this is 40 years ago.
Wow.
And it had to have been fresh because it kind of splattered on yeah.
So this guy actually put it in his bare hand.
He was like at the most 8. I think he was actually younger than that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were 10 or 11. He was probably around 8. Yeah. So I guess he just didn't know any better. So I swear to you, true story.
I wonder if he's the guy that owns the company that picks up dog poop in your backyard.
And he has me and John Donovan to thank for it.
And he does it with his bare hands.
Yeah, maybe. Makes a lot of money, though, I bet. Speaking of true stories, wow, that is a big fat turkey.
Is this the camera?
It is, but you're nowhere close enough.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Look at that fat bastard.
Yeah.
Well, what did he look like after he dumped? Did he lose weight? That's a fat turkey.
That's a fat turkey.
Speaking of true stories, this morning, I'm on my way here this morning, and I take a lot of inside roads because I live very close to here.
Yeah.
And I turn on. Oh, good. Let's yell at him.
Uh-oh.
Mark Hirschman calling up.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I have some text to answer. Hang on.
I don't know why you have to curse at me. I only mean good tidings.
Good tidings. I love that term. Good tidings.
He sounds genuinely upset.
I mean, there's no reason to swear. You made your point. I mean, always looking to help.
Well, always looking to help, he says. Are you or are you not a big complainer when people text you during your show?
You know what? I'm not sure. I have to think back about that. I don't know about a big complainer per se. I don't like people calling into the show thinking that they're going to get on the air. But yeah, I would say you're right. You're right. Like I have certain people that text me during the show every week. So yes, that's fair. I don't know what to say other than I apologize, and it'll never happen again till at least tomorrow.
Well, all right. So tell me this, because I didn't even read the text. So are we allowed to talk about on the air what the text is about?
No, I mean, well, no. Just in general, I was texting Tony about a plan that me and Keegan and Don Sill and Tony are trying to conjure up for the summer. We're not going to say where or when, just because we don't want people joining us. And I texted it at a time when I shouldn't. I guess I was in my mind thinking the show started at 11:30. I don't know why in my mind I was thinking that. But yeah, no, that was a fail. So I will patiently wait for you to never get back to me, just like most things. Waiting 6 months for some cigar videos. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're fair. So
you got me there.
As far as you and Don will get back to me later, and we'll try to pick a day. That's all.
Don is actually driving right now. He's on his way down to North Carolina, so you probably will not hear from him for a while.
Oh, is he seeing his kids or grandkids?
Yes, to both.
Oh, that's terrific. Okay. So I'm really going to have to just have some patience about this, which isn't my forte.
Yeah, I do know that, yes.
Yeah. But, okay, you take a look. You have your friend Mike on the show today?
That is correct.
Hi, pal.
How you doing, Mike? How are you, sir?
How are you, sir?
I tuned in, and let's see. The two experiences I have with Tony's show this week was one video of him, Don Sill, and Laura Patton talking about her anal fissures.
Oh, I heard about the stuff.
And then today I turned it on and I listened to Tony talking about splatted fecal matter on a driveway. So, it's really the content. It's just it's riveting.
Well, I'm about to show. I'm about to show a video of myself from when I had two legs.
Okay.
When I entertained the audiences at New York Saints lacrosse games. Back in the 90s.
Oh, that's going to be good. All right, I'm going to tune in for that.
Well, thanks.
We're talking what, 18 years ago, Tone?
We're talking 30 years ago.
Holy Jesus! Wow, that's a long time ago.
The 90s were 30 years ago. Holy crap!
Jesus Christ, God, we are old, Tony.
We certainly are. Well, Mike's older, so that's fine.
Well, we're all in the same age range, though, I'm sure. But
pretty much.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. My apology is sincere, and you guys enjoy your Tony Saints video. I'm sure it's as riveting as fecal matter on a driveway, and you guys enjoy, okay?
Thanks for calling, pal. I'll answer you when the show's over.
I know you will. I know. I'll hold my breath. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Oh, and Don Sill's calling. Look at this. Phone's ringing like crazy. Yo!
Yo, what's up? We're live from my car with my dad, my mom.
I heard my name mentioned, by the way.
And we just want to apologize to Hirschman for not answering his text soon.
Don't apologize to him.
No, that was the sarcasm. No, I love Hershey. But Wendy's in the car also, so we just wanted to say what's up to everybody.
How's the drive going?
We're in traffic right now in Virginia, and it's rainy and just a crappy day here. Is it raining there in New York?
It's cloudy, but it's not raining yet.
It is.
All right, you might be getting this. This might be on the way.
Well, Mike just informed me that it is raining. I did not know that.
Yeah. We've been driving through the rain pretty much the whole time. So.
Wow. That sucks.
But yeah, so, what did Hershey? Is Hershey still on the phone?
No. We hung up on him.
Okay.
He's been texting us, and I started yelling and complaining about it, so he called, crying.
We heard that, and I said, let me call in. I forget you guys are on a delay. Yeah. So, I just wanted to call in and see how you guys were doing. We've been listening to the whole show, loving all the jokes. Happy birthday to Fremder.
Oh, cool. I'm sorry you guys have nothing better to do but listen to these bad jokes.
Dad, you have a joke to tell, Dad?
No, I don't have a joke to tell.
All right.
Well, what did he?
What did just like him?
Yeah, he does. What did Uncle Don? What'd you say a minute ago that you heard your name? Did I talk about you?
Well, somebody said Don Sill.
Oh.
Well, what's the matter? That's my name.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely.
Yeah. There you go.
He got me. He got me. I was actually sitting there thinking to myself, when did I mention Uncle Don? Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you did. A lot of times.
and showing the picture too. I always show the picture when I say the name.
Oh, he shows my picture. We have a picture on the little block, and he shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're on delay, but in about 30 seconds, you'll see me holding the block up, and so they'll know what I'm talking about in about 30 seconds.
There you go.
So, how long you gonna be down there for?
Until Monday. So we're going from my granddaughter's. It's a big week for her. She's graduating from preschool, going into kindergarten, and it's also her birthday.
Very nice.
So it's she's turning the big 5. So it's
wow.
It's a big week for her. And look, it's always great to go out there and see the kids. So I got
5
2 granddaughters
years already.
What's her name?
Emma.
There you go.
Oh, Emma.
That's
good
great.
Good job, Emma.
Yeah, that's great. And all your kids going to be there or no?
All except for Carly and Sophie will not be there. They had school and all that fun stuff. But yeah, all the ones in my North Carolina kids will all be there. There's all 4 of them, and their boyfriends and wives and all that stuff. So
nice. Oh, that's good. Sounds like you'll have a great time.
Yes, indeed. Brother.
Now listen, that's his grandchildren, but it's also my great grandchildren.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
In case you weren't aware of that.
No. Hey, he mentioned my name. Let him know a little bit about me.
Well, I'll ask Uncle Don a question, and Carol as well. How was the $5 meals at Circle M Diner?
We were talking about that. I said I was on the phone with Tony. He was driving past the place and saw the long lines.
It was very good. We went for the breakfast portion of it, and it was good. And because we're kind of regulars, we got.
Whoa!
There you go.
But don't tell that to anybody.
Don't get charged on Sunday.
Yeah, they might not have known.
Now I have there are people that have been in this room who shall remain nameless, but they claim that the Circle M Diner has the worst food. And I said to these people, I said, no, I'll tell you right now, my Uncle Donald, my Aunt Carol, and my mother-in-law, they go there every week. They love that place.
Yeah, we go. Well, was around. We used to go on Wednesdays, and then we would always go on Sundays. And
wow, it's like Carvel. Wednesday is Sunday at Carvel.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Good times.
They don't rush you there. You can talk.
Yeah.
You got to use maybe get them as a sponsor. We'll see. Circle M.
Yeah, Embassy Diner sponsors a lot of shows in here, so maybe we'll have some kind of turf war like the rappers have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Good stuff.
We're getting a lot of good response about the clip you made regarding Laura's butt.
Oh, very good. You got to watch that, and Carol, everybody, you got to watch, and Wendy, the video we did. We interviewed a comedian named Laura Patton, and she told us all about her fissure and she has major problems with her anus. And
now, is this related to what you talked about earlier with somebody throwing a pile of shit on your lawn?
It just seems to be the theme of the week, apparently.
Oh, so this had nothing related of that.
No,
the shit part.
This is just the level of humor that we're at. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But it's a real medical condition where she can't only sucks in; it doesn't push out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you should watch it, Dad. It's very insightful and good stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a good thing to do before dinner.
Laura Patton's hilarious. I love Laura Patton and her honesty and just opening up and telling us all that.
Absolutely,
So
I do. Stuff. I give her all sorts of credit, and again, in all seriousness, it is, it's a real serious problem for her, and I wish her the best.
And since it's Andrew Fremder's birthday today, and we're doing the jokes, I have one joke.
Nice.
Here, and I just remember it off the top of my head. It's a Jack and Joke Man. joke. Why do hummingbirds hum? Because they forgot the words. Because they forgot the words.
Oh, that's a good joke. That's a good joke.
I gotta go, guys. Thanks, man. You guys rock. Thanks for keeping us entertained
See
on
you,
our
Don.
drive.
Have a safe drive. Thanks for calling.
You guys rock.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys. Have fun this weekend. See ya. All right, see ya.
I have one more. I have one more joke in honor of Andrew Fremder.
All right.
Where does Peter Pan eat?
Tinker Bells. I don't know what.
Wendy's.
Oh.
Close. Tinkerbell. That's not bad.
Did you hear about the guy who won the award for the best knock-knock joke?
I think I heard this one.
I've never heard this before. He won the Nobel Prize.
The Nobel Prize. Son of a bitch.
I have never heard that before.
Yeah, that's a good joke. Isn't that a good joke?
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through some comments, and then I'll finally show you the video that I've been trying to show for a half hour. Wow, there's a lot of comments here.
It's called a program.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks for... we love the comments, so keep them coming. Let's see. The alligator joke we heard. Jeff Bosey. Why don't blind men go skydiving? Because it scares the shit out of their dogs. Oh, that's a joke. You ever hear about the blind guy who walks into a store? He's got the seeing eye dog. He pulls it up and he starts going like this with
the dog.
Yeah. So he's spinning,
Like lassoing the dog?
Yeah, but so the dog is like flying around. So the salesman comes over and says, Sir, what are you doing? He goes, nothing, just looking around. You've never heard that?
No.
That's an old joke.
That's pretty good.
Fremder, if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving is not for you. Okay. Carol, you have to be Jewish to understand the tequila. Oh, it's a chauffeur joke? It's a good one. All right. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Usually I wear glasses, says Fremder. When I told my wife I got contacts, she said, I don't care who you know. Oh, Fremder, that's terrible. Only on your birthday we would read that. Relative humidity means something different down south. Okay. Oh, Fremder says, he'd like to shut down his bad birthday joke day. Oh, all right. Bosey, so what he is saying is he wants to see less clothing on you guys. What? That's what happens when we read these comments too late. Ann says right now in California it's 90 and it's only 8:30 in the morning. By July we will see 118 easily.
Wow.
No thanks. I am totally happy with 50 here. Fremder just smoked a birthday joint high as a giraffe's nuts right now. Carol Miner, it's been cloudy here lately with rain on and off with tornadoes all around us. High of 89, but I think I will take the warmer weather. All right. Fremder, apparently Marvel now has to appeal to everyone. New movie, Aquaman. What? I have no idea. Oh, jeez. All right. This is bad, but I'm going to read it. Fremder says a gay person on fire is LGBTQ.
Oh, my God.
What? 1,000-acre woods. What are you, Mickey the Pooh? What? I have no idea what that means.
Who said that?
Fremder said that. I have no idea what that means.
Oh, because I live near 1,000 acres of wooded area?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Mickey the Pooh?
That's what he said.
All right.
Or, Mikey the Pooh. It still doesn't make sense.
Oh, Mikey the Pooh.
Still doesn't make sense, does it? If they did a live Winnie the Pooh, Mike would play Eeyore, says Fremder.
Not the first time I've been called that.
Oh, Dear God is watching. Hello, Dear God. It's been a while. And he just says, hello. Hello. Good to see you. Fremder, it's okay, Mike. The last time I was in Mexico, I got shit on by a monkey right in my mouth. Tasted like banana. Oh, my goodness. Mexico is definitely different. Wait a minute. I got to read this. I can't read this out loud unless I know what it is. Yeah. I think I'm just going to skip that. Yeah, Rusiello says, ladies, this is a very intelligent show today. Okay, from wait a minute. I'm not reading that one either from there. Oh, my goodness. All right, so I'm going to play a video. I've talked about it before on the show. We're back in the 90s. The New York Saints, they were a indoor lacrosse team.
They're now defunct, right?
That is true. They've been defunct
But
for
they were good.
well over 20 years. They played at Nassau Coliseum, which is only a few minutes away from here. They were at the Coliseum. It was the major indoor lacrosse league. It was called MILL. They were at the Coliseum. They played 1 or 2 years somewhere else. I forget where. I think in Jersey. Then they came here, and they were here for maybe 13 or 14 years. And they were good for about half of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went, I think the whole league eventually went
Did you know the
bankrupt.
players?
I knew some of them, yeah. Because back then, the Nassau Coliseum is also where the Islanders used to play, NHL. And right next door is a hotel, famous hotel chain, and of course it's escaping me right now, but it's right next door.
It's a Hilton. Is it Hilton? No.
I don't think so.
Marriott?
Yeah, I think it's a Marriott.
Yeah.
And they had, big bar on the first floor, and usually anything that went on here at the Coliseum, the after party was at the bar next door, because there's really nothing else. There's really nothing else around the Coliseum.
Unless you drove.
Yeah, there's a deli. There's Nassau Community College is right behind the place. There's a McDonald's across the street. There's really no place to hang out except at the hotel next door. In fact, I don't know if it's still in existence, but back in the 70s and 80s, there actually used to be an underground tunnel that would take you from the Coliseum.
Oh, I didn't know that.
To this hotel. Because, they would have major acts playing, doing concerts there in the sports.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they would get – I actually went through it. I forget how I managed to get there, but somebody showed it to me, and I walked it once. Again, I don't know if it's still there or not, but you can go to this bar and, especially with hockey, the hockey players would all be there, and you can go up and talk to them like you're talking to anybody. And the same with lacrosse. The lacrosse players and their wives would go there after the game, so we got to know them. Especially me, because they would point me out. Oh, you're that guy. So the story is, I don't even remember what year it was. It was mid-90s. I want to say like 94, maybe. Me and my buddies had season tickets. Now, don't get me wrong. I see season tickets. I think it was like 6 games.
Right.
And I think the tickets were like $15. So it's not like we were, rolling in it and spending money. It was nothing. But we had the same seats every game. So they had a halftime show at every game, and what they used to do is bring in a high school kick line. Any Long Island high school kick line, they would come in during halftime, they would do their routine, and off they go. So one day, I don't even know why, me being me, I got up from my seat, and I just copied what this kick line was doing from my seat. I'm kicking, I'm dancing, I'm doing my thing. And so, we had a good laugh. The next game, again, we had season tickets, so we were in the same seats, and there were a lot of other season ticket holders with the same seats. So we got to know them, too, because we were going for a few years at this point. We'd see a lot of the same faces, even the same usher, so we all became friendly. So the next game, they're all yelling, Tony, you got the kick line, you got to. Oh, all right. You want me to do it again? So I got up, and I actually went into the aisle, the steps, and I did it there. Mm-hmm. And then it just became a thing. And it kind of blew up. Eventually, they would announce me on the speaker. They would dim the lights and put a spotlight on me. They would put me on the Jumbotron. So the whole place. And when the New York Saints were winning, they were selling this place out, or at least coming very close to it. So there were plenty of times it's at least 10,000 people are cheering for me, which was kind of surreal. Wow. And then I felt bad because after a while I would have people ask me for autographs. And kids, they would have like jerseys and hats and pucks and various things like signed by the whole team. I'm like, you got to sign it too. I'm like, no, I don't. And I would do it. Well, I didn't know what else to do. And I was like, all right, I would sign it. But I was like, this is weird. Like, you're like decreasing the value of this thing by putting my name on. It was very strange. And yeah, this went on for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. ESPN even started a show. Back then, this was still, cable was, everybody had cable at this point, but this was before streaming. This was before, like everything had a channel or an app. So like to get the latest sports, you would only go to ESPN or you'd watch your local news.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a football channel, a baseball channel,
No.
the Yankees with their own channel, the Mets with their own, so it was ESPN. And Saturday mornings they had what was called Lax Attack. It was a weekly roundup of all the indoor lacrosse games.
Oh.
And this show was on for a few years. I don't remember what season it was. But they had, it was like an end of the year roundup show. The season was ending. And at the end of the show, they did the top 5 lacrosse fans. And they started with 5. And I watched the show every week. I didn't know anything. I just watched the show because I enjoyed the sport. Never really got into lacrosse till like later, like when I started going to these games. So, me and my buddies, we were starting to follow it a little bit. So I would watch the show to see what was going on. And sure enough, they're doing the top 5 lacrosse fans. Number 1. I was the number 1 lacrosse fan.
Wow.
And they had footage of me. And I remember, once I saw it, I was like, oh. And I did remember a camera guy, he actually came onto the field, and he was recording me through the glass. I didn't know what it was for. I assumed it was for like the Jumbotron or something. I didn't know. But I'm watching, sure enough, and there I am. And I'm like, oh, shit. And, yeah, they were like, he's our number 1, the New York guy, the dancing guy. He's crazy. He gets the crowd going. He's our number 1 fan. I was like, holy shit. So, so it was kind of crazy. So, the players would know me because they would be like,
Right.
oh, you're the dancing guy. So the Coliseum, so this was 30 years ago. I was actually trying to figure out last night when I stopped. Because towards the end, the Saints, they were starting to suck the last few years. And so the attendance was down. Things were not going well. And I couldn't remember when I stopped going. So I was trying to remember. This whole stupid dancing thing got so popular that in 1999, when Sammy was born, I had a lacrosse game to go to that night, so I ended up not going, obviously, because Sammy was born. The next game, I don't remember if it was a month later, 2 weeks later, I don't remember. But the next game that I went to, I don't even remember if it was the next game, but the next game that I went to, sure enough, the announcer, who I think at the time was Roger Luce, who's the morning guy at WBAB, he actually was on the mic, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special congratulations going to one of our own, a brand new baby. Dancing Tony had his first kid 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Let's hear it for Tony. Yeah. So the whole place is cheering. I was like, holy shit. Like, again, just amazing. And so I was definitely going at least then. Sammy was born in 99. So, but I think that might have been my last season, or I maybe went one more year. And then it was only a year or two later that it all went bankrupt. So we're talking at least 25 years since I've been there, since they ended. They tried to bring it back maybe 10 years later. They had the New York Knights, and they were terrible. But it was funny because me and a few friends that used to go, we got together and we're like, let's go. We got the same section. We had the same usher, and even some old people from that section were there. Hey, good to see you. Wow, it's been a long time. And they actually tried it. They brought out a kick line, and sure enough, people in the section were like, Tony. I think I did it once, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. You can't go home again.
Is
It wasn't
this
the
after
same.
the prosthetic?
Yes. Well, yeah. When we went back to New York Knights game, I had the prosthetic.
I see.
So I was copying them a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely not as agile as I once was. But it's just, I don't know. It just, again, you can't go home again. Like, the thrill was gone. But then I think the Knights were only there for 1 year. So that was that.
Yeah, they were awful.
And then they brought in just a couple of years ago the Riptide. And they were awful. Yes. Oh, my God, was it bad. They're now gone, too. I think they're up in Canada. I think they moved. But, I mean, because I mean, you could yell across the Coliseum and hear somebody. It was that bad and such a low turnout because they suck so bad. But one of their might have been their very first game. They brought back a lot of the old Saints, and they were, just came out on the field. They waved, and off they went. So after the game was over, I'm walking through the corridor at the Coliseum, and all of a sudden this door opens, and here comes all the players. They're leaving, but they're all coming out of this door. About a handful of them. Like one in particular, he said to me flat, he goes, "Who are you? I know you," because I was kind of like trying to say hi to some of them. And I was like, I'm the guy that was dancing. And then he was Dancing Tony. Like, it was all coming back to them. Their trainer actually came to me. So, the dancing guy. I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, so some of them did remember me, which was kind of cool. But so this became a long story. Sorry. But yesterday, doing Peter Schwartz show, Sports Bash, he gets a phone call. He's doing his show. He gets a phone call. And I'm going to play that for you now.
Am I to guess that is Josh from Long Island on the show? Josh, you're up next on Sports Bash.
You are correct, my fellow tribe member. How are you?
I'm doing well, Josh. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I listen to the show, mostly tape delay, because I just can't always get to it during the day.
Right.
But I wanted to give credit where credit is due on something, and I have to give credit that. And I before I tell you this, I actually went to YouTube last week and I searched for videos of old New York Saints games, and I went to halftime and I tried to find Dancing Tony, because you said to Tony, hey, listen, I was up in the press box, I was doing this, I was doing that, the radio, but I didn't see it. And, for many years there, the Saints were, they were a fun-loving team, but they weren't that strong.
No.
And Dancing Tony was the highlight of the night. So, Tony, I remember you. I saw you. I was actually right across the way from you in the Coliseum, and I give you a lot of credits for not only dancing and not caring what anyone said, but certainly adding entertainment value to a already New York Saints entertainment full night.
Wow, you just blew me away. Thanks, man.
By Josh, you made Tony's face turn beet red.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, I just wanted to say I really enjoy the show. Obviously, I've been, Peter and I have been friends for a long time, full disclosure. But, Tony, like I said, when you said Dancing Tony, I'm like, son of a gun. I'm like, that's the guy. I'm like, good on you, Tony. So
we're looking at a video now. Josh, I know you interned for the Saints, but I was doing the play-by-play, and this happened when I did the Dragons too, and when I did, the Riptide games. Like, stuff goes on while they're on the field. I got the headsets on, and I'm like oblivious to what's going on because I'm focused on the game. So this is why when Tony said he danced at Saints games, like, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Boy, this brings back some memories. Look at that crowd.
Yeah, well,
look at the crowd.
That's when the Saints were good.
The Saints. This is why the Riptide were a freaking. Because they couldn't get crowds like the Saints did, because they had nobody from Long Island on the team. Look at this. Look at Tony dancing in front of, has to be 10,000 people.
Oh,
there that night.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
9,000, 1,000 came to see Tony make an ass of himself.
This is incredible.
This went on for years.
For
years we did this.
So let me get this straight now that Josh is on the phone. Were you employed by the Saints to do this, or were you just a season Larry at the Ranger games?
That's exactly what it was. I was a season ticket holder. I did it one day as a joke, and then the people in our section asked me to keep it going. And then ESPN, they had their weekly lacrosse show. I forget what it was called, but they
Lax Attack.
That's it. Yes, that's it. And I think it was the first or second season they had me as fan of the year. So it just kept going after. I did this, I think, for like 6 or 7 years. I did this.
Oh, that's tremendous.
It was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, look at that young Tony getting down there.
2 legs,
and that's
too.
Coliseum. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know who that guy is.
And
It's crazy.
They said to him, they pulled him off camera, and they said, for being fan of the year, we're going to reward you, but it's not going to come until years later. We're going to let you produce this show called Sports Bash with this guy, Peter Schwartz. He's all right. Don't worry about him.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
And you had hair like I did back then, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had hair and...
yeah, well, I wanted to just call and just give you a good laugh, but let you know that I did listen to it, and I did try and find it myself. I'm glad you have it, Tony. I'm sure you watch it daily for inspiration.
You know, I went to high school with a guy, Tim McEntee, that was on that team.
I remember that name.
You remember that name?
I do. I definitely remember that name.
He was actually a very good player for a while.
They were an exciting team to watch for a while. Boy, it was fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. Like, I was once, Lisa and I. You know what's funny? This was '96. This was only a year before we met.
Oh.
Yeah. This is only a year before we met. One time, Lisa and I went into the city to see Blue Man Group.
Okay.
The Blue Man Group it was only playing for like a month. It was brand new.
Yeah.
So the word wasn't really out yet on what they were and what the show was about. So we didn't know what to expect. And we're standing outside the theater, waiting to go in, and the guy comes up to me. He goes, "Where do I know you from?" I was like, "Sorry, you don't look familiar to me."
Yeah.
He goes, "Where are you from?" I go, "Long Island." He goes, "I'm from Hewlett." I'm like, "All right. Well, I work in Hempstead." I said, "And I cover Hewlett."
This was a performer or someone in the audience?
We were outside the theater.
Oh.
The doors didn't open yet, so a bunch of people are outside waiting. This guy just happened to be about five feet away from me. And he's talking to his family. I'm talking to Lisa. We had some friends with us, and yeah, I just kind of look over. I see him looking at me. He just, "Where do I know you're from?" Just like that. I'm like, "I don't know." And I said to him, "Sorry, but you don't look familiar to me." Back and forth. Couldn't figure it out. If I remember right, I think we actually gave up when we went on with our night. He comes back to me. He goes, "Saints games." I was like, "Yep, okay, yeah, that's me." It's weird. It's weird to me, and I've told the story a million times, and I think I've even told you this story. Another time I was in the city with Sally, and a guy recognized Sally and I from this show.
Yeah.
5 minutes before that, a guy recognized me from the Murder Mysteries. So I was like, I'm in the city, and 2 people recognized me within 5 minutes. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool, but it's weird. But yeah, I mean, I was just some moron just joking around with my
I don't
friends.
think you were a moron. There's a lot of people that do that. I think it's fun. It actually shows your personality.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel about people that do that.
Okay, but then when people are asking for autographs and stuff, then I'm like, this is... I'm not doing anything. I'm just being stupid. Like, this didn't take talent. This didn't take preparation. This didn't take hard work. I'm just being... I wasn't even trying to get the attention of anybody.
But it's the
I was
improv.
just being stupid. Well, okay. All right.
It's the improv. And the balls to get up in front of 10,000 people.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, you're the same. That just doesn't bother.
No,
that doesn't faze me.
It doesn't faze me either.
When I'm doing it, it doesn't faze me. Like even now, doing this show, it doesn't faze me.
Yeah.
It's afterwards. Like John always picks on me. Take the compliment and stop being a dick. You know, like
right.
Yeah, that's when I have a hard time. Like because I don't really think about.
Because we don't do it for that.
We do, and we don't. You know, we do it because we love it.
We love it.
Part of the reason we love it is because we're entertaining people and
Yes.
hopefully putting a smile on their face. I obviously don't think about the money end. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here for 17 years.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. And then to even hear this guy, like he totally blew my mind. You know, it's one thing to have friends bring it up or whatnot, but to have this guy who I never met in my life call up and say, "Yeah, I remember you. I sat across from you. I used to watch." Like, yeah, that blew me away. I was like,
yeah, that's wild.
Shit, man.
So you're talking about 30 years ago.
It's been over 30 years since I started doing it. Yeah, that video was 96.
29 years ago.
Yeah, we met at the end of 97.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna He's going to yell at me for something. Hello, sir.
Will you stop being so fucking humble? That is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is. It's
That
awesome.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right, and I feel bad. And then stop the bullshit, for Christ's sake. All right, that's a legend. You're a legend. You were on ESPN. How many people that you know, that I know, that Kaplan knows, that was on ESPN?
Hopefully a lot. Hopefully more
hopefully
talented
none,
athletes.
because we don't know, especially Kaplan. Who the fuck does he know? But anyway, that's beside the point.
He knows Tim McEntee, a former player.
That was fantastic. That was amazing. And it's a tribute. 30 years later, some guy remembers that.
Right. That's what blows me away. Right.
Well, that's why you should. That's why I always say you're a hero. There's a lot of people that are heroes for a lot of different reasons, and you're a hero for this particular reason. You know, that's fantastic. All right, and stop being so humble. Just please do me a favor. You're a friend of mine. Stop it.
I don't know. What am I supposed to do? So yes, John, you're right. I am a hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree with me. Agree with me.
No,
agree with me.
That's egotistical. That's pompous.
It's not pompous. It's not pompous.
It is.
Listen, as Mike said, you have to have an amazing personality, the guts to get up in front of 10,000 people, okay, and entertain the crowd. You say it's stupid. You say you entertain 10,000 people. That's amazing, and you did it every week
With nothing scripted.
Thank you, Michael. All right away, you got to put your 2 cents in. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. All right. Right away, it's got to be educational. Oh, with nothing scripted.
Well, that is important.
Well, but
you're right, Michael. You know me. You know me, Michael.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to break your balls.
But it is incorrect.
Right?
I was
love you to
copying
death.
the kids
You
on the
were
field.
copying.
So it's not
Even the half split, 1 foot on the step and the other step. Wow.
Oh yeah, I was just copying what they were
you
doing.
could have split. You could have broken. No wonder you got a one leg.
Oh yeah, now a split is no problem. I just take the leg off.
But it was unscripted, and it was done with no money. It was done voluntarily. That was amazing.
Well,
who were you
Go on
there
with?
with?
The show. And let's eliminate the first 15 minutes of the show and just do this. It's great. Goodbye.
We're going to tell more bad jokes in a minute. Who was I there with? I was there with my, when we started going, I was still married to my first wife. Eventually, Lisa started coming. But there were a whole bunch of us. Joe Murphy and his wife, Mia. Rich Murphy, Joe's brother. Pat Byrne. Eric O'Reilly, Brian Woodman, and Stephanie Woodman. Chris Murray and his wife, who's also Chris. Chris and Chris Murray. Who else? John Crawford. Rob Safarth. Rob Safarth, who watches this show semi-regularly. One of my best friends. We grew up together. He moved a few years ago to Pennsylvania. That son of a bitch. I think it was Monday night. I find out after the fact. He was here. He showed up here at the club at 12:30. He didn't know to come around back.
Oh, shit.
He went to the front, saw that the club was closed. He thought maybe I wasn't here, and he left. He went to see my mother that night, and then off he went, and he was heading back home. He was up here for a funeral and a baby shower. But, he came up. He was,
Those
I
are
know.
two polar opposite events.
And he came here to the club to surprise me, and, I never got to see him. So, that kind of sucks. But anyway, I think that's everybody. Everybody I just said. I think that was the whole group.
Yeah.
Oh, John Gator. John Gator sometimes came. Sometimes Deano and Lisa Tarabacchia. And I think that's everybody. Yes, there was almost 20 of us that used to go. Oh, we had so much fun. Oh, we would yell. The poor Saints goalie, Sal Locascio, every time a shot came in that he missed, Joe Murphy would yell at this poor guy, and I'm telling you, he heard it. There's no doubt in my mind he heard it. Joey would just call him fat and have another donut. Because he would miss, and they would score a goal, and Joey would just yell it. Joey would just go off on him. But we had so much fun. We had a great, great time.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's a guy who had season tickets right on the other side of the aisle from us. His name is Cliff Buckman. His name is Cliff. We got to know him just because we had season tickets. I still once in a blue moon bump into Cliff. I've seen him at White Post. I saw him. I was doing a game show at Levittown Library. He showed up. I had no idea I would be there. He just showed up with his son. Yeah, I still see this guy once in a while. We're like, hey, Cliff. Like
Nice.
He knows it. We know exactly who each other are. We remember
You ever
each other
tell him
from
the
same
Cliff
teams.
joke?
What Cliff joke?
Oh, it's a great Cliff joke.
All right.
When I was growing up, I used to ask my father, I don't understand. I can't get my kite up in the air. He goes, just run off that cliff over there.
How do you catch a bra? With a booby trap.
Nice.
Why did Cinderella get kicked off the soccer team?
She kept running away from the ball.
There you go. Oh, this is so bad. How many ears do space aliens have? 3. The left ear, the right ear, and the final front ear.
Wow, that's
terrible.
rough.
That is terrible.
Wow.
There were people who thought I was drunk
Oy.
dancing in front of the crowd.
Oh,
like that.
really?
I remember
There's
once,
always going to be people that think that.
yeah. I once, 2 sections over, I saw childhood friend. Actually, yeah, I grew up with this girl, Terry Gilson. Her parents grew up with my mother. My mother actually set them up. They got married. They were married for 50 years. They had kids. I saw them at a game once. They were 2 sections over. I just waved. They waved back. And then I bumped into Terry somewhere a few months later. She's like, oh, my parents told me about the lacrosse game, that you were dancing, going crazy. I was like, yeah. She goes, how drunk were you? They told me you must have been really. I was like, I wasn't drinking. I was like, I don't drink. Yeah. She was like, you did that sober? I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy once come down the aisle, had to get out of the way. He was walking with his son as I was dancing. I stopped, got out of the way. People started booing because this guy interrupted me.
Yeah.
He gets about 2 steps down. He turns to his son, who's definitely not more than 8. Turns to the son. He goes, see? And he points at me. He goes, see, son, that's what happens when you drink too much. That actually pissed me off a little bit.
That would have pissed me off.
I yelled to him. I said, I didn't have a drop of anything, pal. I said, I don't drink anything.
Yeah.
And he gave me one of these. And he went and sat in his seat. I was like, you're a dick. But
yeah, that's dickish.
Yeah, that was dickish. Oh my God, you were the dancing Tony guy, says Bosie. Yeah. Look at those moves. You should be on the Rockettes, says Fremder. You should change your last name. Oh, they will call you Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
That's pretty good.
Michael Del Giudice, when me and him were friends, he used to, and he would sing that song in concert. If he knew I was there, he would sing "Hold Me Closer," Tony Walker. He would actually sing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ava says it's like Dancing Larry for the New York Rangers. Right. That's exactly what
Dancing Larry.
That's what Peter Schwartz said. Yes, Fremder saying I made a long story longer. Yes, I know. Sorry. Tell you long stories on your birthday. Sorry. The last time I saw a Blue Man Group, I think they got some paint on my balls.
Oh, God.
Yeah, even though it's your birthday, you're not getting away with that one. That was terrible. Today, whoa. What? What? I'm not even reading that one. Tony just got John Russi yelled at. That's pretty good. What do you... Whoa. Oh, all right. I'm going to change it, Fremder. What do you call a basketball player with big tits? LeBron. Instead of LeBron, like LeBron James. LeBron. Yeah, all right. That was blame Fremder. It's his birthday.
I'm still staring at you.
I know. Let's see. This is so stupid. I have the world's worst thesaurus. Not only is it terrible, it's also terrible. That's so stupid. What's even better than Ted dancing? Ted singing and dancing.
Oh, my God.
What do you call a canine magician?
A canine magician.
Yes. A labracadabrador. I don't know why I'm laughing. Speaking of Ted Danson, George Wendt died.
Yes, I know.
Great. He's very funny.
Very funny.
My favorite line from that show, you know how he used to walk in and the whole place would yell, "Norm!"
Oh, yeah, Norm.
So there's one show, he walked in. They all
I think I know, but I want to see if it's
tell
the
me,
same.
I'll tell you if it's correct.
They said something like, "What are you doing?" or something. He's like, "Oh, my ass on that seat," something like that.
That was good, but no,
Yeah.
that's not the one I'm thinking
That's not the one.
They all yell Norm, and then I think it's Coach or somebody else. "What's up, Norm?" And he goes, "My nipples, it's freezing outside." I don't know why. That just cracked me up. He was great on that show. He's been in other things, not really known for other things.
He's been on a lot. He was a character actor on a lot
Yeah.
of things, but he's known for that show.
Yeah, he didn't really. Yeah, he kind of. Almost a lot of popular actors go through it, like the Brady Bunch. Like they don't get a lot of work after because they're just so typecast. But he was great on Cheers. I mean, fine, be typecast. I mean, you could still say you made it and you're on a major hit show.
Oh yeah.
He was great. So yeah, died at 76. I just read this
Wow.
morning when he died yesterday. It was actually the anniversary of the last show of Cheers.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how many years, maybe 30, something like that. But
So it's only him and Coach died, right?
yeah, I think everybody else is still around. Woody Harrelson's obviously still
Woody
around. Shelley
Harrelson,
Long is still
Bebe
around.
Newworth. I just saw her on Broadway.
Did you? In
at
what?
The Kit Kat Club Cabaret.
Really?
Incredible.
I love her.
She's I think she's in her late 60s, I think, or 70s. She was unbelievable.
Love her. I always thought she was that. There's that episode of Cheers, like where she lets her hair down for the first
Yeah.
time, and everybody's like, "Oh!" I
Yeah.
remember doing that too, and I've loved her ever since. Oh my God,
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey
I mean,
Grammer. Kirstie Alley's gone.
Kirstie.
She's dead.
She died?
Kirstie Alley died.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
where have I been?
Yeah, where you been? It's been a while. I think a good year or two.
She was young then.
I think she was in her 60s, I think. She was hot in her day, huh? December 5th, 2022. Wow, it's been almost 3 years already since she died.
How old was she?
She was born in the 50s. She was 71.
Wow. Did not know that.
I didn't know that either. She was something in her day. She was gorgeous. Very funny, too.
Who was the first love interest with Ted Danson? Not her.
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long.
She's
Shelley
still
Long.
kicking.
Olive Oil. She played Olive Oil, didn't she?
That's Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
She's dead.
I hope so. They buried her.
Anne is leaving, I think.
Anne is leaving?
I don't know. John just said goodbye to her, but I don't see her saying goodbye. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, my goodness. My lady friend just got done paying off her mortgage. Her name is Bernadette.
Oh, God. I'm rethinking all my life choices.
My dog just finished writing a risque sex novel. It's called 50 Shades of Greyhound. I'm only reading it because it's the birthday boy.
Did you know I just finished my first book?
No.
No? Yeah, now I'm going to read another one.
Oh, goodness. It actually is time to go. Did I have anything pressing that I needed to discuss today? Or can it all wait? It looks like it can all wait.
It is 12:27 hours.
Well, yeah.
For your military types.
That's actually...
That's
a
fast?
minute, that's a minute slow. The computer says 12:28. So with that,
wow,
time to go. So what? Let's see. So we had no Chris Roach last night. We had no Hershey and the Keys last night. But we do have Circling the Drain tonight at 7 o'clock. It's a little bit of a slow week here. Tomorrow Peter is not on. He's going to do Friday afternoon at 1. But so tomorrow is just Coffee with the Dog and me. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow Frank will be here, and we are Zooming. As you guys know, every Thursday we bring in a musician, talk to a musician. Tomorrow, we are talking to a musician that I am not familiar with at all. In fact, I got to do my research this afternoon. But his name, his name is Tony Walker.
Really?
I think was I just telling you about this before we went on the air? Or maybe I was starting to. A buddy of mine sent me a link a few weeks ago. He says, you got to check this out. It's a YouTube channel. It's called Tony Walker is Your Best Friend. I was like, what the hell is this? It's a guy from Iowa who's a musician. He's got videos of him playing in a bar, just an acoustic guitar. And Frank and I had a musician that canceled tomorrow. So I was like, let me see if this guy wants to come on. So I texted. I wrote him on Facebook.
He's in New York, though, not in Iowa.
No, he's in Iowa. He's going to Zoom in.
Oh, he's going to Zoom.
So I know nothing about this guy. But I was like, I told him, I said, it's my name too. Do you want to have a little fun with that?
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm going to talk to him about, his music, but I'm also going to see what else we have in common other than a name.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to, I'm going to ask him a whole bunch of questions.
You know how old he is?
No.
So you know really very little
I know nothing about this guy other than he plays in bars and he has this YouTube channel. I haven't even watched his videos yet to see what type of music he plays. I think we did become friends on Facebook. But I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know how old he is. This guy could be 17 for all I know, or he could be. But
awesome.
I thought it might be fun to talk to Tony Walker. Ava, terrible jokes, Fremder. She says. All right, let me read. Ann. Oh, Ann's got a lot to say all of a sudden. Let's see what's going on, and then we'll go. My sister and I had an encounter with George Wendt. Oh, really?
Wow.
We were working in L.A. and met up with him at a traffic light. He was driving a classic yellow convertible Mercedes. He was eating a brownie. Fremder, did you hear about Bill Cosby's cover band? Cosby spills an ass. What? Cosby spills an ass. Cosby spills. Oh, Cosby spills a Nash. Fremder. Ann says George Wendt smile and wave. He smiled and waved as we drove off. It's memorable. R.I.P. George. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow, Ann. Thanks for sharing that really quick. That was very cool. All right. We are out of here. So, Circling the Drain tonight at 7. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow at 11. We're on at, Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. and then we're on at 11 a.m. And that's it for the day tomorrow. No Nick Greystone tomorrow night. He returns the following week. Tomorrow night, I'll be at the Huntington Cinema Arts Center where we're honoring Rob Bartlett. Looking forward to that. You're free, come on down, or come down to Governor's. The club will be open tomorrow night. Let's see, Friday night in the Giggle Room, psychic medium Robert Hansen is playing. Is playing the Giggle Room here at Governor's. And the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this week: Governors in Levittown, The Brokerage in Belmore, and McGuire's in Bohemia. Oscar Colazos, Tommy Gooch, Daniel Torado. And like I said, the club is open tomorrow night, so you'll see some of our local favorites here. And I believe they're open Sunday, too. At least one of the clubs will be open Sunday. John says, you're the man. Happy birthday, Fremder. Very nice. Oh, and Ann, too, says, you're amazing, Fremder. Have a happy birthday. Very nice.
Have a happy birthday.
And there's Bosie, too, wishing happy birthday to Fremder. Happy birthday, Fremder. Go to govs.com. Check out their full schedule, what they got going on. Always great shows here. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, see what our schedule looks like, and get information on how you can hire us for your event. Come see us. Our next public event is June 6th. Only, 2 weeks away. June 6th in Hicksville. Good old Hicksville. Fremder, thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. I love you all. Thank you for putting up with my shit. I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my ass, he says. All right, with that, let's end this with one more bad joke each. You got one?
Always. Oh, me first?
Yeah, I'm looking for one.
You know, when I was young, growing up, my parents always moved away. Always moved away. But you know what? I always tracked them down. I tracked them down. I found them.
Yeah, I giggled. Okay. I giggled. All right. I can't find a good one. I think I've told this joke before on here, but I'm going to do it again anyway. The guy, the good-looking guy walking along the beach.
No.
He's walking along the beach, right near the water, and as he's walking, he comes across this girl sitting in a wheelchair. So I have told you this. All right, I'm going to find something else.
It's fun.
Oh, this is so stupid. What does a dad say when he puts his car in reverse? This is so stupid.
What does the dad say when he puts his car in reverse?
Yeah.
Look out.
This takes me back. How much does a chimney cost?
Nothing. It's on the house.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I've heard that one before.
Oh, you've heard that one before?
I've heard that one before. I like that one.
Happy birthday, Fremder. I am not telling jokes like that for probably until next year on your birthday. That was awful. All right,
leave
everybody.
it to me. I'll be doing it next Wednesday.
Have a good week. We'll see you next
too.
Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
pal.
you, pal.
Goodbye.